All righty, here we are. We're live. Good evening, everyone. How's everyone doing? You should see the technical difficulty I have with somebody next to me up until the last minute, as usual. Gia, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, so I don't know if you guys remember, but we've had Gia on a few times. Gia, how do you say your last name? I always butcher it.
Qamar.
Qamar. Yeah, that shouldn't be that hard.
Easy peasy.
I love the paintings that she did when she was doing the readings.
Oh, thank you.
I did. I love that.
Well, see, I was going to get to that.
I'm sorry.
Part of, like,
well, I
jumped
jumped the gun as usual.
No, by all means, just make these vague comments about. So, Gia, when you first came on, what were we doing? Well, I know the second one was the spirit kind of aura art. What was the first one? Did we just do general readings?
I believe we did animal communication.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
God, you did all that, huh?
I do it all.
And you played that funeral music.
And I'm a good cook.
Oh.
And you played that funeral music of yours. That's real good.
I have something to say about your reaction to this in the not quite positive.
Okay.
Oh.
And it's illuminating, possibly for you, definitely for everybody who's present, which is that when we come to a sound bath, we bring all of our baggage. So if you're having a negative reaction to it, it's because this is what needs to be worked on.
Oh, wow. Now you're saying it's my fault, and I don't believe that at all. I think it's whatever you're doing over there.
I believe that we are like Dorothy in the red shoes. You can go home anytime.
Okay.
See how easy that was?
So, the reason Gia is on tonight was because I didn't know. Good evening, everyone. I see all the comments. How's everyone doing? Good to see everyone again. Gia, tell people about yourself again that haven't watched before. What do you do? I mean, I know you do a lot of things, but give a little background if you don't mind.
Primarily, I'm known as a medium, a psychic. I'm a Reiki master, animal communicator, and healer. Now sound bath practitioner, and all around good, swell lady.
And a great cook.
And a great cook.
Yeah, but you've done it all. I mean, I really liked when you did the spirit aura color thing.
We were just calling it aura art. Yeah.
I mean, that was fascinating. When you did the live demonstration here and you did that, I wish you would do that more. You kind of just gave that up though, huh? You didn't really.
No, I needed to take a break from it because I wanted my art to progress a little bit more so that I would be a little bit more comfortable, because doing that as you're doing a reading is challenging.
Yeah, so I can imagine.
I felt the readings were very strong, but I wasn't really sure about the painting part of it. And yeah, the pace of it. So yeah, I'd be open to coming back and doing more of those.
Yeah. If you didn't get to watch that, the time that we had her on, she just had a paper in front of her and she would use the different colors that she saw of the people's auras that she would read and kind of describe their personality and just give them a reading along with creating this
masterpiece
this
in my
art,
book.
yeah, of just different colors blending and describing how they kind of fit the person that she, and unlike anything I've ever seen before.
It's both psychic, which means that I'm reading the imprint of their aura, as well as mediumistically. So when the human mind is out of the way, I was able to channel. There were a couple of readings where I was able to channel their loved ones in spirit because they were able to step into the space that was made by my being busy painting.
So how long have you been doing mediumship? How long have you been actually with people, working with people and spirits?
I think we're probably at the 15-year mark. I'd be comfortable saying 15.
Oh, really? That's it? I thought you've been doing that a lot longer.
Well, and that's even more impressive that she's doing all of this stuff.
Wow.
You like challenges, right? You just don't sit back on your laurels, do you?
I have a lovely spirit team, and I know that might be a little woo-woo for people who aren't familiar with that, but I have spirit guides and angels that work with me, and sometimes they will just say, guess what you're doing today? And I say, oh gosh, what? And the watercolor paintings was something I'd never done before. I started that during the pandemic, and by the time you discovered it, I was maybe a year in.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh. So they're the ones, and they directed me to sound baths as well.
So did you stop doing it because you said the flow of the art wasn't there for you while you were doing the reading, or was it that you weren't confident in your art?
I you know, like everyone else, I wasn't as confident in my art as I would have liked. It was serviceable, but I wanted it to be better, and I wanted to feel less like I had to use my thinking mind to focus on that rather than the spirit part of that. So I want my body to be able to produce that art while I'm channeling.
I thought it was more about just the color, though, than more of the art aspect of it. It was just kind of the way you're flowing and the way the colors are coming together.
Yeah.
Am I wrong about that, or do you
Absolutely
have to actually paint a picture?
The colors are very key because, you know, in the process of reading somebody psychically, you're reading their colors.
Yes, somebody just commented, my daughter was one of the aura color readings that Gia nailed it. We both cried for hours to know for sure my mom is with us. We have watched it numerous times. See? Well,
that's lovely. Thank you.
I'm sorry, Lisa. She gave it up. She won't be doing it for everybody else. So.
I thought your artwork was beautiful.
It was so good.
And that we could bring that to you, Lisa. She selfishly stopped doing it. So, unfortunately.
No pressure.
Wow.
You have a gift that you can give the world. See what I just read you a remarkable comment there.
Do I look like Madame Curie?
Yeah.
I don't even know who that is. Who's Madame Curie? Do you know what that is? You're old.
You have a lot of studying to do. You have to look up.
So explain to me why 15 years? Why did it take you a while to actually get into? Did you not have the ability 20 years ago, or
the ability has been with me since I was a child. Both my psychic and my mediumistic abilities were there. I didn't recognize them, and the spirit world really has control over whether or not you will develop at a certain time. When you go to a school for psychic development or a school for mediumistic development, primarily you're going to see people who are in their 30s and 40s and 50s, because the spirit world wants you to live a full life, to be in a place where you can deliver messages that will be whole and beautiful and complex, and you'll have a whole dictionary of experiences yourself that you can understand have happened with other people.
So you think that spirit makes you change gears too, as far as what readings you're offering?
In what way?
They push her.
The animal, and then the art, and now the sound bath. I mean,
it's never about me. It's about my sitters and my clients. So they'll come to me with a need to have a reading, and I will fulfill that need.
okay, and it could be any of those things, right?
Yeah.
Pretty
Yeah.
much.
Yeah.
I like that.
So if somebody were to contact you here about the art aura reading, you would do that or no?
I would absolutely honor that.
See?
I think we need to come back and do that again. I really, I love that. I mean, I'm not one for, I mean, I know a lot of mediums and I've seen different things and I've watched the live readings and the effect that they have on people. But that aspect of it, the aura part, we've had aura readings before, and mine was so much better than hers, which I knew it would be. But it was all printout, and it was just, this color means that, and I've never seen anybody just kind of flow with it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like come from the person rather than whatever.
So she's pulling in information, and at the same time she's putting it to the painting and the picture that she's
but the
creating
thing we did, we had to put your hand in it, and it gave you a readout based on
your energy.
Yeah, it was coming from her.
Yeah,
that's what impressed me.
It's an ability to perceive, to be open to perceive what is that person, what is their aura filled with.
So you're good at multitasking then. You must be.
Yes, I am the computer with all the windows open.
Wow.
All the time.
Could you talk really quickly about my angelic aura again? What color was that again with that bright light that you saw?
You have a checkered aura.
How dare you? Okay, so what does that mean?
Absolutely nothing. I was kidding.
Thank you.
I gotcha.
I would say your aura tonight is there's a bit of red, which is a grounding color, and there's also a lot of green that's happening, which is from the heart chakra. But I'd also say that, not that this would kind of pertain to anybody, but there's a recent concern about money, and it's not general money; it's a specific thing. This is a specific thing, so it's going to a certain part of your body. So, yeah. So that is something that will get worked out.
Part of my body where my wallet is kept here on my hip.
It might have been that part.
So let's talk about Sound Bath. I never heard of it before.
Yes.
And the only reason I think I saw it on your social media, and I quickly looked on YouTube like everybody else and Googled what it was, and I watched a few videos on YouTube, really, really short ones though, of people doing it. And I thought, wow, this is kind of different. And I don't mind different. I don't know necessarily I believe in everything that's different.
You're curious.
But I'm open to, the different
ideas
and different. We're going to do an interview tomorrow where we really go down the rabbit hole of afterlife and everything you can imagine. But how did you come to know what a sound bath is and get interested in doing them?
And real quick, is it the same thing as singing bowls?
Say again?
Singing bowls?
The singing bowls are an instrument that I use for the sound baths. When you hear sound bath, generally speaking, a lot of people just go out and buy themselves a crystal bowl and set up shop and start doing sound baths with the crystal bowl,
somebody just wrote, I think it's Sadie. I'm sorry if I say your name wrong. Naman. Hello, Gia has always been 100% accurate with the readings she has done for me.
Checks in the mail. Thank you, Selmyra.
So again, how did you become aware of sound baths and interested?
I'll finish my sentence and I'll tell my story.
Okay.
when people talk about sound baths and they don't know anything about it, they usually focus on the crystal bowls and gongs. I don't use a gong because the feedback from my clients has been I've been to sound baths and I didn't like the sound of the gong.
Wait,
And it's not
I,
something that I feel
I don't even know what that is. What are you saying? Dongs?
Gong.
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 Oh, the gong.
Gong.
Gong show.
Oh wow, people use gongs.
Yes.
That would be really.
Yeah, it's a very unique instrument because it's not played with a big smack like they do in orchestras, but it's kind of massaged with mallets, and it makes a big humming sound. It's absolutely wonderful. I would use it for my own meditation, but not for my clients because it doesn't resonate with them. And so, in short, if I can, the when I was in development as a psychic and a medium, the place where I was going on a regular basis had the teacher used sound bowls, crystal bowls, to get everybody into a meditative state. And I enjoyed it, and I realized like I really should have one for myself, and also to offer that to clients because I do Reiki healing, but I also wanted to do chakra balancing, and I felt bringing in each of the the sight, sound, smell, touch would be important for the overall healing of a person. So I decided I was going to get one bowl and just start to work with it. And I was more impressed, I think, not with the sound or the effect on me as a person, but I watched the effect energetically on what was happening around me. I had a horrifically clogged main line to my house, the plumbing, and my plumber was just knee deep in horror and could not get it open, and he pulled in friends and equipment and he couldn't get it, and my crystal bowl arrived just at that moment, and I got it out of the box while he was swearing and trying to get it done, and I took my bowl and I boo like that, and within seconds that pipe burst clear, and they came in covered with muck and said, "What did you just do?" Because it was literally as you started playing, and I was like, "Wow, that's impressive." I've had members of my family who are not enthralled by the metaphysical world stand in my studio and listen to the bowls and say, "What just happened?" Because I feel different, and this feels different. So when I began working with the bowls, it became part of my healing tools. And then one day, my spirit guides and my angels said, "You're going to do sound baths," and I went, "What?" And they they introduced me to different modalities. I started taking Rav drum. This is a tongue drum, a steel tongue drum. And I started playing that and taking lessons on that because I love the sound of it. I didn't know it was going to become part of the healing instruments. And I play it differently here in the sound bath, but the sound is so profound to people that often they will cry during the sound bath. So Native American flute has just recently entered the arena, and these are all things that are brought into my consciousness. Sometimes flipping by on social media, it'll just be there, and I go, that really pulls at me. I really want to learn more about that. And if it's something that really does, it's supposed to be with me, it starts to be part of my life. And that's
I mean,
the story.
it again. My experience is very, very. Maybe 5 minutes that I was listening, and they started with one bowl. I don't know what you would call it, and
Yep.
that one just carried the sound throughout the entire duration that I was listening to. Why they added other sounds to it, but that underlying just was behind everything as they touched all the other, and I is that kind of like, is it intuition? Are you just what you're feeling? I mean, because these are different people that you're doing this for. So are you feeding off their energy, or how is it working?
It is intuitive. Literally, the spirit guides are telling me, this is what we're doing next. This is what we're doing. The last sound bath I had, I felt like my instruments were malfunctioning. And what happened afterwards was the people who were here for the sound bath remarked how profound that sound was, how moved they were by something that happened. It's in a way out of my control. I'm here to facilitate, but oftentimes they know their spirit guides, my spirit guides are playing the music. There are people who don't have musical training that do sound baths, and they're producing a different kind of an energy with their sound baths. Still valid, still wonderful. But
So I would have a different experience as far as what you would do is that would be different from her if she were to
if I lent a crystal bowl to each of you,
right,
and separated you and had Chris play, she would play in a different way than you would play.
right.
We give voice to all of these are inanimate objects, so we give voice to it.
But does that affect you on your end while you're doing it for the person in front of you? Is again, is that part of it? If you were doing if I was sitting in front of you and then she sat in front of you,
Would we be affected differently or
yeah,
samely?
that's what I'm saying.
Absolutely.
Okay.
If one of you has an allergy to peanuts, the other one won't have it.
Yeah.
So we bring ourselves to the bath. We bring ourselves. First of all, we're doing self-care, which is wonderful. And I usually have about between 6 and 8 people here in the studio when I do a group sound bath.
Really?
And I'll be doing another one in September, another one in October as well. It has to be a little seasonal because my studio gets very hot in the summer and very cold in the winter. So I try to fit it in the hospitable months. But everybody will have a different reaction. Everybody will hear something differently. I can play the same instrument for everybody, and 6 people will hear it 6 different ways. Yeah. And their reaction, what they're trying to move through to release what doesn't serve them is always going to be different.
So this can be a group thing. It's not an individual thing.
It's almost, yeah, I mean, for me, almost always group right now. I've had requests to do a single one-on-one, and those will be fulfilled later this season.
And if you could define the purpose of the sound bath, what would that be to just someone like me who doesn't have any idea?
I think the definition is probably a therapeutic practice where people can be immersed in sound produced by these instruments and allow themselves to drop into a meditative state. And what we're trying to do, there's different levels of meditation. You can have like a quick little release of your energy. You know, sometimes I call it the latte meditation, where you take the lid off of your latte and just breathe in the beautiful scent, and you're not thinking about anything else, and you're not worried about anything else, and nobody's trying to bother you. That is a moment of meditation. So if that's the top, I'm trying to drop people down as far as they can go into meditation, where they are still conscious, but just releasing the stress, releasing the physical ailments. I've seen people walk in with headache, backache, shoulder ache, you know, all kinds of, there's one, I love this girl, she had psoriasis, and she came in with blotches all over her, and she left very clear. Not 100%, but she was very clear. Yeah. So it really can affect, and we were talking a little bit before the show about the science of this, because, you know, there's certainly musical therapy that is shown to be wonderful for people with stress, neurological issues, mental health issues. So we're talking about lowering cortisol levels by doing this, and supporting natural healing. And I want to say, like, for other people aside, and with all respect to them, I never call this sound healing. What I'm doing is creating a sacred space for people to come to allow their own body's natural ability to heal to happen.
And when you do this, like, I know the science behind the Tibetan bells and all of this stuff, and why they do it. There's a gland in the brain that it activates. So I for me, I think on a science level, when you're doing this, you're setting that opening for people to connect with that gland, which it's the pineal gland, and it actually, if it's receptive to what you're doing, it expands. And you are more relaxed. It releases those endorphins, and you're just in a much better receptive position.
If you put somebody in a CAT scan and you could see all the electricity that's happening, It's amazing. The pineal gland is responsible for our ability to do mediumship.
Mm-hmm.
And so, that it's affected by not just the people who are very concerned about like the bowls, and the Tibetan bowls sometimes are placed on somebody's body and they ring them there. I don't feel that it's necessary to do that. You don't actually physically have to feel the vibration of the bowls. You will get the vibration of the music, of the sound.
So, okay, a group of people come in, 8 people. They sit on what, the floor, on a rug, or what, pillows, or
We we ask them to bring yoga mats. I
Okay.
usually try to put down a little bit of cushioning additionally, but they're on yoga mats. They can bring little neck rolls or small pillows. They can bring blankets. They can bring eye masks. Anything to make them comfortable.
are we doing? Is there any
Prepping for you?
prepping that you do? Are you breathing exercises? Are you any preparation at all?
I'm always in a meditative state when I begin my work, no matter what the work is.
Right.
So
Not for you. I'm talking about me. If I were to come in and do this, yeah.
Yeah, we got to get you in at least a light meditative state.
Good luck. Just good luck.
No coffee.
You
no
mean like
stress,
Pennsylvania?
No stress, no telephone, no news. We try to detox you a little bit and then get you in here. And it is what it is. So if you're, I've watched, these lovely people. Some of them are a little twitchy. Some of them, need to kind of wiggle around. The idea is to try to relax and try to be still, but some people need to move around a little bit. That's
right.
fine.
Somebody asked somebody made a good statement on here. Does this in any way, can it be used to help somebody who suffers from a lot of pain?
Yes. The mind-body connection is absolute. And there's not enough attention to the mind-body connection. We stress ourselves into illness. So I'm not saying we cause ourselves to be ill. We certainly can. But worrying, stress, aggravation, all of these things, we're raising those cortisol levels. We're tightening muscles. We are having headaches. We're having asthma. We're having all of these things. So if somebody has an issue, my instruments, my room is always blessed with Reiki, so they're healing. Even though I don't say that I'm healing, I'm inviting the healing energy in.
Okay.
So I'm setting the table, and if anybody wants to partake of that energy and that healing, yes, absolutely. It can never do any harm.
It's just another great tool to have.
I'm thinking again. I unfortunately for others, I filter things through my own brain and the way that I am, and I try to picture the scene. Okay, there's people sitting there, whatever prepping they're doing, getting relaxed, and you're going to give us a demonstration. You start doing what you're doing. Are there people that react emotionally? Like, do they start letting things go? Do you see certain things where people are like, oh, like they're feeling better, or others are kind of, getting sad because
like their emotions are overtaking them?
Are you seeing different things throughout?
There's no primal screaming going on, if that's what you're asking.
Well, then I want no part of that.
Sobbing uncontrollably. Usually what I know, it's a very different experience for me. There is no real feedback from them until we're done. Right. And at the time that we're finished, they will find, after they come back to their bodies, they'll share what it was like for them, how they felt. And a lot of times they're just moist. They've been, releasing energy. They're releasing things that have been pent up, and they do cry, and they do get silent. Sometimes they'll just be in a place of laughter.
Yeah. Again, here's my thing. I have a busy brain, and I occupy myself to not think of things that I don't want to think about, go down certain rabbit holes and think about things. And you and I talked a little about this before we came on here, and and this is nothing against Sound Bath and the bowls or anything like that. I'm talking about me. I am not like others, and I get that. But my initial reaction to the 3 videos that I put on is I got about 3 minutes in and I was depressed as all hell because
It's working.
where it put me was right inside here. And
Where you fight not to
I
be.
do not want to be in there.
When you have a profound reaction, no matter what it is, it means that this is working for you.
Oh,
So what I would do for you as a part of the Sound Bath group or a solo client, I would talk to you about allowing whatever thought that is disturbing you to just drift to the side. We don't have to forget it. We don't have to ignore it. We don't have to the idea that we can't meditate unless our brains are completely clear is nonsense. And it's the same thing with the sound bath. This is a meditation. If you find an intrusive thought that isn't helping you relax and only relax, that's your goal for a sound bath. When people come in here, the first thing that I tell them after I tell them to get comfortable is to set an affirmation. Today I want to just physically relax. Today I want to work on this. So if you wanted your brain to be a little less busy, it's just a matter of saying, okay, I'll think about that later. I'll make a note. I'm gonna make a little list in my mind's eye, and I'm gonna write that down, and I'll deal with that later. And you come back to just the sound.
So, and I don't mean to cut you off, but so again, I most people who come to you are very receptive and open and really want this bad. John actually would like to find something that works for him. I've known this guy for 33 years?
Ever.
This guy, there's nothing that shuts his brain off. And I mean nothing.
But it's not even
He's
shutting
exhausting.
the brain off. Okay, I'm going to make a comparison here that probably doesn't fit anybody but me when it comes to stuff like this. Is when I'm depressed or down, I will listen to music that is depressing and down because it's almost like a cleansing. I want to get it out. I just want to feel what I'm feeling, get it out, and then kind of move on.
That.
Right. When I listen to this stuff,
yeah,
it triggers that.
But if other music triggers it and this music triggers it, what's the difference for you? The difference is that this is a little bit more therapeutic.
Well, there are better lyrics with the other stuff.
You do not want to hear me sing along with this.
Yes. Well, we could try that if you like.
There are people beautiful singers who will sing in a sound bath, and it's absolutely beautiful to mess with.
Really?
Absolutely. I am not one of those people nobody wants to hear me sing.
I'm not one of those either.
It's true.
So we'll do a demonstration, and everyone who is watching out there, along with us here, you could share in the comments what it is that you're feeling while you're listening.
How you're receiving it, and if it is doing what it's supposed to.
We'll share what we're feeling at the end of it, as if we were all together in a session. Anything that we should do now before?
I just want everybody to take a nice deep breath. You do not have to be reclining. You can be seated. Just make sure that you're comfortable. It would be lovely if you were able to close your eyes and just release everything. Release the thoughts of the day. Release any responsibilities. Know that you're in a safe, sacred place right now. And again, I want everybody to take one moment and take a nice deep breath. And as you exhale, I want you to think of an affirmation, something that you would like to accomplish in this sound bath. And don't climb mountains, just a small affirmation for what it is that you'd like to do. And as you're doing this, this is your opportunity to explore, maybe gain insight, release what no longer serves you, what you no longer want to carry. And just, I want you to be authentic with yourself, be vulnerable, and know that this is the path to your healing. So nice and comfortable. If you need to shift around or get more comfortable, you're welcome to. And just enjoy and receive the music. And everybody take a deep breath, come back to your bodies. And exhale. If you're still deep in meditation, just wiggle your fingers and your toes and flutter your eyelashes.
Well, I'll
How
go
did,
first.
how did you find that?
To be honest with you, there was a part there. Again, it's hard to pinpoint where, but there's a part in the middle-ish that I literally I like. Again, I like the experience because I closed my eyes and I just let my brain wander. And at first, it was weird that like I'm seeing visions of like almost like a kitchen with like chairs, just an empty room. And then there was one part where in the middle where it was almost like it was a soundtrack to like happy memories in my life, like my family when we were younger, and you know, the animals that I had when they were younger. And then it sort of transitions into the clouds and the feeling of melancholy. That's where I wind up.
Is that what it was? That like the sound change that created that?
Yeah, it's the way the music transitions, I guess. The different that's how it is for me.
I am proud of you because you allowed yourself to receive, and your mind, your thinking mind, was pushed aside, and your imagination, your mind's eye. This is what psychics work with, is their mind's eye, memories, and allowing that to happen to give you relief from the constant. Did I remember to change the oil in my car? Did I pick up the medicine this week? I forgot to do this and I forgot to do that. That wasn't there, and you allowed that to happen. You brought that healing to you.
It is, and it is therapeutic in a sense, in that, like I said, the transitions are strange.
That's the first time that's ever happened for you, isn't it?
I mean, first time I've ever done it.
Yeah. Wow. I'm impressed.
And
I got a lot of people saying very calming. I was beyond
relaxed.
relaxed, and my hands dropped open to receive healing for my hip and arthritis. The dog, that was very comforting. Even the dogs fell sound asleep.
yeah,
How about
everybody
that?
said calming. See, I don't get calming. I get calming for a little bit.
Well,
and that's it.
For you, John, it's not calming yet.
Yeah.
And for you, I mean, especially if you're going to enjoy some of this online, I will be going live on YouTube soon, probably in the fall, and offer this as a regular feature for people who can't make it to an in-person sound bath. And you may wish to do it online so that you can step out at a certain point, that you can just say, this is good to start with, and eventually gradually lengthen it to what's right for you.
Calming.
Nothing wrong with that.
Everyone seems to say calming.
Except for Alex. Alex said maybe in person would be better for him.
This was a very shortened version.
Right.
My sound baths are usually an hour, and that's getting in and getting out of the bath.
Maria got emotional.
And this was about 10 minutes. So if you're not finding it fully, I mean, John, you got all that in 10 minutes. That's
pretty remarkable.
Well, I am the paranormal savior, I feel, and I mean, you can't compare. It's like Superman and then Clark Kent. I mean,
so you want me to tell you what happened?
Please tell me how you felt.
I got an intense buzzing in the brain.
A what?
Yeah.
I'm interested. Did you sense that in the center of your brain or your entire?
It literally just spread out through my whole head. Just intense buzzing, not an annoying buzz, but like a relaxation, like like when you lay on a vibrating, something that's vibrating, and you just get relaxed. It's soothing the muscles that are tight and tense. That it was just that buzzing through the whole brain.
It's amazing, isn't it?
It was I've never experienced that like that before ever.
Yeah. The crystal bowls, especially, and I think this is why almost everybody who does sound baths works with something crystal, usually bowls, but there are other. I have a crystal pyramid that spins and it gives like a wonderful, interesting sound. But there's something about the quartz that actually meshes with the water in our body, so the vibration. This is scientific, but
So
the
I said
vibration
the same thing.
through the water, where 97% water. I forget how much. I'm less. I'm about 50% water.
Sally said the same thing. I
She
had
said
the
her
buzzing
heart.
in my heart space. No, what does that mean?
Well, if you're thinking about the chakras,
Oh.
the heart space would be your heart chakra. So right there in the heart.
That's
In the
pretty cool.
feels.
It is interesting.
It
But again, it's
intensified more
interesting
when she moved away from the singing bowls and the chimes that you were doing, and you
Mhm.
did that. I think that was your drum on the side.
Yeah.
That was when it really intensified, and it was extremely soothing.
This is called a Rav Moon. It's not the same as a Rav Vast for any fans out there, and it has this amazing drone sound. So it's melodic, but you also strike it like a drum, so it's rhythmic. And but the other feature of this is that it has a droning sound. None of the other drums have.
Wow.
It just keeps vibrating. And I loved it from the beginning. I was learning on a regular Rav Vast, and when I heard that, I said, "That's my instrument."
Because it intensified everything for me when you did that. I had to open my eyes and look, to be honest with you.
So Teresa said, I experienced tingling on the top of my head. Isn't it something how people have a tangible
feeling,
kind of reaction, like physical, as opposed like
this works on the physical, on the spiritual, on the emotional. It works on all levels, and that's this is the miracle of music, the miracle of sound bathing. There's things like forest bathing where you just kind of go into the woods, but you're losing all of the crunchiness that we have around us. We're putting down our cell phones. We're not taking those EMFs with us. We're shedding all of that in a natural setting.
Alex says, where and how do we get a session with her? I could use all the help I could get.
My website is New Jersey NJ Tarot TAROT.com. So find me at New Jersey Tarot. The information about sound baths should be under healing, or you can message me directly here on Facebook. You can just look up Gia Medium, and I should pop up there. I dream of Gia Medium. I think on Instagram I'm Gia the Medium.
So you're not. I forget. You're not local, are you? You're not from Jersey, are you?
I'm a Jersey girl.
Are you? So you don't offer this in your studio or in your?
Absolutely do.
I think
anybody
that's what he was
listening,
talking about.
Yeah, I'm in Clifton, New Jersey.
Oh, are you? Oh, you're not far at all.
Yeah, I'm close to the manor, Kingsland Manor.
Yeah, Alex. I mean, she does offer it live and in person.
If you're in the northern New Jersey area, you want to take a trip in, I can do one-on-one. If you want to bring a guest with you, we could do 2 or 3, up to 6 people comfortably in the studio. 8 if we should all go. I mean, everybody pack in a car.
Yeah.
And come on down. It's a good time. We have a lot of laughter afterwards. There's a lot of release. And so, it becomes like a little family. Even in that hour that we're together, people who are strangers leave as family. Friends.
I believe as a collective, it's got to be much more powerful because we're all like synergy together, sitting there experiencing that.
It is. It's a different part of this that's kind of profound. And a lot of the same people come back month after month to have a sound bath, so they'll get to know each other that way, which is lovely.
Yeah, people say not far. I mean, we did a little field trip where we all went to a mediumship course, like, for beginners, where we all kind of did exercises, and and there were about 20 of us there. And
there was
again that I participated.
I did.
Yeah, I had an open mind about the whole thing, and some people got way more out of it than I did, and are still seeing this person for lessons, and which is great because it really is all about, experiencing, trying different things. You never know where your path is going to lead.
I
And
believe, in my experience, I'm led to these things. And if the answer is no, I'm not going to do that, I miss out on an experience and possibly a beautiful addition to my life. The flutes really began as a way of increasing my breathing technique. Um, we do a lot of meditation and it's in the breath, and I wasn't really able to sustain long breaths. And that's what my guide said was, we're going to improve your breathing. And when I get tense, I pick up my flute and I start playing and I relax.
and that's what part of that whole ride thing, the transition there is. I don't necessarily like being in the woods, like camping and stuff like that, but I don't mind walking through the woods because I love trees. I love the way the sun comes through the trees and the tranquility
And as long as
there.
there's no bears.
And I love water. I don't like the ocean, but I like lake water, river water.
All of
And
these things are healing.
well, when you were doing that, I did have, again, just a vision of just walking through woods, looking up, seeing the sun through the trees, and then water
Look at
up in
you.
front of me.
This is where you're
I am
healing.
at the highest level when it comes to this stuff. I just choose not to show it to the world.
Don't let me push you out of a tree.
It's a new John, everyone.
Well,
Hey,
He's
I mean,
warmer,
believe
he's
me,
fuzzier.
there's hope.
I don't know about that, but
You.
you said new, but new, not new and improved. You just said new.
Just
But no, I very interesting. Something that I would do again just to see what the reaction was the next time around.
I love that. And again, if anybody wants to reach out, and connect with me, John can certainly pass along my my email, and he can, we're connected on all social media. I'm on all social media, except X. And private sessions, semi-private sessions, the group sessions will be coming. It's usually on a Sunday morning, not too early, so you can have your bath and get on with your day.
Nice. There you go.
But
How
how does that usually work as far as, like, do you charge for a group rate? Like, what is the deal with that?
My group sessions here in studio are $35 per person, so
Not bad.
they're very reasonable. And like I said, I keep it like a small group so that it's like a boutique. I said the boutique experience. So you're not, especially if people feel uncomfortable, like very close. I don't want to pack them in like sardines.
Yeah.
So because we've tried different configurations of the room to try and see, what we could do to make people comfortable. But that's it. I've got a modest studio, and so yeah, that's about the amount. But yeah. If you're one of the lucky 6 or 8 people who are able to get in here, you're welcome to come. And if not, schedule one of your own, and we'll have a great time.
So Gia, you do regular mediumship readings, right? One-on-one with
Yes.
people. You do them online as well, or virtually?
Everything I do is in studio or on Zoom, FaceTime, and or by phone.
And I just want to give people an idea of the type of readings that you offer, so that they know it's not just this, that you also offer other types. Could you just kind of...
I do mediumship readings, which is a reunion with your loved ones in spirit. I do psychic readings, which is my ability to tap into your energy, your auric field, and give you insight and affirmation about things that are going on in your life currently, and to kind of direct you to the path of least resistance, where you'll have the most success. I do Reiki, which is energy healing. I also offer chakra balancing, which is like Reiki. Reiki's used in it, but it's a little bit more intense, and we do balance all of the chakra using a little bit of the sound healing in that. I do animal communication, animal healing, little animal Reiki, and I sound baths. I think that's it.
Wow.
Like that's
That's Tuesday on Wednesday.
The art.
Yes, and my painting. Yeah, I was making jewelry, but I phased that out. I was working with sterling silver and selling some of those, but I phased that out. and doing the artwork. But yeah, basically, I'm inspired to do a lot. I'm inspired to take the leap of faith and to try things that fulfill me and my desires to fulfill the needs of other people. So
Well,
when I'm able to do that, it's a wonderful day.
you know, one of the things, again, in general, and I was going back and forth with somebody online today who was having a hard time. You know, they lost somebody recently, and my daughter lost her dog, Bowser, a couple of weeks ago, and she's struggling with that. And Alex mentioned, I need healing. I think a lot of people need healing. I mean, I think it's the kind of the world we live in, the stuff that we deal with. It's not a bad thing to ever look for help in any way, shape, or form to feel better. You know,
Traditional medicine, and I'm talking about pharmaceuticals and traditional therapies, whether it's a therapeutic or in a church, however you're receiving that. All of those things are wonderful. This is all cooperative to that, or it can replace that. So if you don't find that traditional has been working for you, this is a wonderful way to.
Well, I think this hits you in the soul. This is the stuff that helps you as a better, as the whole picture, not just the physical. There's so much more to it.
Thank you. That was lovely. It was a lovely way to put that. And that's really my life's work, is to work from my soul and to share my soul with as many souls as I can. And the souls are 4-footed and 2-footed.
well, it was great seeing you again, Gia, and having you on again. It's been too long. We'll get you back on, and we'll do the if you're open to it, the spirit art again, because I really did enjoy that, and I'd love to see that again, and I think people would enjoy it. But
I'd love to do it again.
You could contact Gia on social media. You can get a private reading, and if you're in Jersey, I mean, Clifton's not far from a lot of places, so.
And we do want to get a small group of people together to come and experience you. I think that would be fantastic.
I would love it.
Gia's been saying for a long time she'd be waiting to meet me in person because she's admired me from afar. So I may have to take that trip.
Truth, I have a poster of him in my bedroom.
There you say, finally.
See?
And the truth shall set you free.
Right next to Pedro Pascal.
And the truth shall set you free, Gia.
It's all right.
That's what the sound bath does. It makes you just let it all out. All right, Gia, you take care of yourself, and we'll see you soon.
Thank you. Good night. Thank you, everybody.
You threw that phone right out of there.
All righty, so there goes your headphones, so you move my camera. So, interesting. Again, worth trying, worth doing. I definitely.
You were shocked, weren't you?
I wasn't shocked. I would say shocked.
Really?
No, music.
Surprised.
Music affects me. The music has.
I know you're a musical guy.
It really does. It always has. But it was definitely interesting. Something I would do again. I think people enjoyed it, and a lot of people were relaxed, and which is great. I'm open to a lot of different things, experiencing them at the very least. Would I stick with it and keep doing it? I don't know, but I'm open to experience it. So tomorrow night here, Adam Berry will be on to talk about his book. I think it's called Hello Goodbye or something like that. I have it on audiobook. I'm almost done reading it. You want to be here tomorrow because we are going to go way, way, way down the rabbit hole when it comes to the afterlife, spirit communication, spirit visitation, pretty much everything. We're going to get deep and we're going to go way down the rabbit hole tomorrow. So it should be a really interesting conversation, emotional at times, because, again, we're going to touch on a lot of subjects that are in his book. So we'll see you tomorrow here, 8 p.m. Eastern time. Thanks for watching.
Have a good night. Stay safe, stay healthy, and always please remember to be kind to each other. Good night, everybody.